last story I want to tell, and like I think we kind of talked about it offhand that we were gonna do a reoccurring boys will be boys or the dumb shit we did when we grew up, or have a reoccurring pod of this because we still have so many more stories we want to tell. But I want to end it with this story. Um, I was in living in Fort Wayne, so I might have told you this story, but I don't think I ever actually you weren't involved in any part of it. So like the school we went to, everybody went to Sarasota, somewhere in Florida. Like the whole school just like relocated to a new city, right? And me and another buddy, we didn't go, or we stayed behind. Like our parents didn't go on vacation like that, and so we stayed behind. And one of my buddies had this phobia of cotton balls. Like he said he didn't like the way they sounded, and like I don't know what sound it makes or feel or whatever, but like he had like some sort of sensory thing with cotton balls. And so me and my buddy went to his house because he had gone on vacation, but like he went on vacation with another family. His family was still at the house. And so we went and knocked on the door and mom was there. And we're like, hey, like we want to do this prank on his our buddy Matt's car. And we said, we want to do this. We want to fill it with cotton balls, and we're gonna fill it all the way. And my buddy Matt had this like love, like deeply loved his vehicle. He had an old Ford Bronco. It was fucking badass. Like it was a sweet old Ford Bronco. He had bull horns on the front of it. Like it was his baby, right? So we
That's awesome.
told his mom that we're gonna get fill it with cotton balls. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that would be really funny. He would hate that. And like she was a Spanish teacher at the school, like super, super sweet woman, and like completely naive to like the hell we were about to do to this thing. So she's like, well, I'm getting ready to go run some errands. Here's his car keys. When you guys get back, just leave the keys in the mailbox. So we take his car keys. We go buy all these cotton balls. We go to like beautician supply places, like anywhere we could find. Like we spent hundreds of dollars buying cotton balls. And like when I said we filled his car, like we filled his car with cotton balls, right? And like
That's
you go to like
crazy.
the Sally beauty supply places and they have like the string cotton balls. I don't really know what they're
Hmm.
used for, but like it's like rope cotton balls, right? So we rope it all through his car and we're doing all this and we have his car keys and we're like, you know what would be funny is if we made copies of his car keys and we just had his car keys at all times and we can move his car and do whatever we want with his car at any given time. So we took his car keys and went to like Ace Hardware and made like a bunch of copies of his keys and then
Back when you
turned
could do
the
that.
keys back into his mom. And then like so now
Yeah,
we just have his car keys, right? And so like
that's amazing.
once again, like I'm getting back to the story of like I'd imagine we told him. I think he knows this. I think he knows we had his car keys. But I think it was like the same story as like the deer. Like we kept it a secret for so long, and then we like just forgot to tell him like, hey, like we had your car keys, and so like school would happen, and we would like move his car across the parking lot, or like not across the parking, like on the completely opposite end, like park it in the corner, like I know I didn't do that, like who did that? Like why is my car over there? We're like park it up onto a flower bed. And like he's the type of guy that would do this shit. Like he would park it in like or we would park it like on the soccer field and like do it in places like it shouldn't be there. But he's the type of kid that all the teachers, all the everybody thought like he's the kid that would do that shit, right? And so like we did this for
Yeah.
a long time. Like we would be at like a uh event and like we would take his car and like park it on the other side of the block and stuff like that. So he probably had a good idea it was one of us, but like it was a long time until he ever found out that we had his car keys and was like moving his car around the place, parking it on flower beds and stuff like that. Like that was one of my favorite ones.
That's amazing.
And also like he had to pay his neighbor to get the cotton balls out of his car because he wouldn't go into it. Like his car just sat there for like a week after he came back from spring break because he like refused to get inside of the car with the cotton balls in there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's great.
I
I've
enjoy
heard
that one,
stories
and
about people
it's one of my
messing with other
favorite
people's
ones.
cars, but yeah. I've never messed with anyone's cars. Um, I know that guys I used to work with at a company in Middletown, they make steel. Um, they used to put all kinds of stuff under people's door handles, like peanut butter. They would use there's this stuff called Never Seize, and you put it's like a grease, but it never seizes. You put it on giant industrial bolts that are like huge,
Yeah.
like biggest bolts you've ever seen, and they would put those underneath like the windshield wipers, and when you wipe it, it doesn't go away. It actually just keeps smearing and keeps smearing. It's
Oh,
like
that's the
the
worst.
most annoying substance ever. It's the kind of stuff where they sell you one bottle. It's like this big. It's really small. It's like $30 and it lasts you a very long time because you never really need to use it.
Yeah.
And these guys would take these jars of it and just slather it on guys' windshield wipers. So anytime, but they wouldn't know until it'd start to rain. Can't see a fucking thing because
Oh my God,
all
that's
over the windshield.
terrible.
Insane. They would also take forklifts and they would clear. They had tires on these giant road construction vehicles that were huge, so they'd have giant shelves in their warehouse. They would forklift people's trucks or cars. They would move these giant tires and put their vehicles up on shelves, and then like go hide the forklift. Dude would come back, and his truck would be like on a shelf in the warehouse. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
You're trying to go home and your truck's like up on a shelf and like everybody's gone.
We would
That would suck so bad.
like where I work, we would take like raw chicken and like a raw chicken wing and like put it underneath your car seat. And so like you just have this raw sewage
That's so
smell, or
gross.
like we would do different
That's
stuff
so
with like the
gross.
raw chicken or raw chicken blood, like stuff like that. Like just make your shit fucking stink.
That's gross.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Not really any smell pranks, I don't think, um, that I can remember. But we can save a lot of these for our next prank round, though,
Oh yeah. I mean we're at that point where
because I know we got
we'll
good
probably
ones.
wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah, we can. Um, the Best Man Podcast on Twitter. We got to figure out our Instagram name.
Hmm.
Probably the Best Man Pod.
You end
I
up
think.
setting it up, right?
Mm-mm.
See, I
No, I
thought that's
haven't
what
had
you
time.
said. Like I was confused about your message about that.
No, we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
um,
We'll clip that out.
yeah, yeah. Follow us on social media. Check us out. Share us. Like us.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yep. Share it, like us, have fun, enjoy it. If we forgot a detail, please fact check us on our prank stories. Don't fact check us on our real life propaganda we're spreading.
Correct.
Yes.
Just on our stories.
Yeah.
So hopefully the friends that will hear this that lived in Cedarville will be like, they actually did that? Because I think a lot of it was rumor, especially in high school. Probably had no idea that a lot of the stuff we did was reality and probably should have been arrested for most of it.
I mean, there's a few people that like I see on a regular basis, and like I'll tell them like stories of like, I can't believe you did that. Like, I can't
Yeah,
believe you didn't
we
know you
can't
did
either. I
that.
mean, yeah, yeah. No, they didn't believe it. Half the people that I've asked about certain things that I've talked to since high school, it's not been that many people. But some of those stories will come up when that happens. And I'm just like, that actually happened. They're like, you guys didn't. I
There's
mean,
so
we're not
many of them.
proud of it. We're older now. We were so stupid.
So
So stupid.
stupid. But the issue was like there was rarely just two or three of us. It was like 5 to 10 of us, and like they were gassing up one person to go do something really stupid. And like nobody was the
Hmm.
clear conscience of like, eh, that's probably a bad idea. You shouldn't do that. And like the rest of us like,
Yeah.
fuck it. Go, pussy.
Yeah. That's usually what ended up happening. And it worked because none of us wanted to be that way, right?
Yeah.
We didn't want to be the guy that wouldn't do it.
Yeah.